Hi everybody, welcome back to this week's My Weekly Rage Fix. We are holding one day or day and a half before the holiday of Purim. While this week's Torah portion is Tzav, I just want to switch gears a little bit to talk about the holiday of Purim. Now, I'm a little unprepared to speak about this. However, it's very important to just share a few ideas of the holiday in Purim. I will speak a little longer than normal, so please bear with me. There's many messages that the holiday of Purim shares with us. Important lessons of life, important lessons of how Hashem runs the world. Many things that we can take and internalize. In one way, Purim completely contrasts with the holiday of Passover. In that Passover, the Jews are celebrating the exodus of the Jewish people, of the people of Israel, out of the land of Egypt, in which many millions of people saw all the 10 plagues that were wrought upon the Egyptians. They saw the splitting of the sea. They saw the giving of the Torah. And that is something that was entirely witnessed by many people, and it was an incredible sight to be seen. And Purim, in a sense, is the exact opposite, in that the entire story of Purim has actually no mention of God's name in the whole Megillah, the whole story of Purim. And the entire theme of Purim is what seems to be natural. Natural causes, natural events, just the natural way of things that happen. I'm assuming that a lot of you are familiar with the story in which King Ahasuerus, he makes a feast, and then in that feast, everybody was getting drunk, and he requested that his wife comes to him, and everybody was drunk there, and she refused, and she ended up getting executed. And because of that, the heroine of the story, Esther, ends up marrying Ahasuerus. The whole story of everything that happens, Bigsan and Seresh plotting to kill the king, Mordechai not bowing down to Haman, and everything has an undertone of natural occurrence. Well, it's natural that if somebody conquers 127 provinces, he's going to make a big, huge party. And it's natural that at that party is going to be wine. And it's natural that because of the wine, people are going to get drunk. And it's natural that because of people are going to get drunk, people make stupid mistakes, as Vashti did by refusing to come at her husband's command. And Ahasuerus himself made a stupid mistake by executing her. And so that's natural. It's natural also that there's anti-Semitism, and the Jews are hated, and Haman should want to therefore destroy the Jews. And it's natural for Mordechai not to want to bow down to somebody who's wearing an idol around his neck. And it's natural for Bigsan and Seresh, who were the servants of the king, and they were sick and tired of having to tend to his needs, that it really ate away at them and really made them incredibly tired, and they were just not themselves, and they wanted to get rid of them. And Mordechai happened to have overheard, and he happened to be really close to Esther, who happened to have been his niece, who happened to now be the queen over the entire region, the entire world, rather. And she just was able to report it to Ahasuerus, and therefore that entreated good favor with Ahasuerus on behalf of Mordechai, to which later, when he was looking to honor somebody, he just happened to have picked a day in which Haman came to visit him. And instead of honoring Haman, he honored Mordechai instead, who then happened to have been leading the horse and his own daughter through refuse from a balcony above on top of his head, and just happened to have ultimately resulted in Haman's end when he happened to have been invited to a party where, again, there was more drinking, that Ahasuerus ordered Haman executed. Now, when just reading the story, everything just seems to have a cause and effect approach about the entire holiday. And that is the ultimate lesson for us Jews in exile, that Hashem now has to deal with us as in a behind-the-scenes, quote-unquote, type of way, in that Hashem doesn't reveal himself, and everything seems to take a natural occurrence. It's easy to believe in Hashem, my friends, when the obvious signs are pointing right there. And that was an incredible time for the Jewish people, because when the Jews went out of Egypt, that was the point of it, to make a direct impact. That way, no Jew later will ever claim that it never happened because it went into the very fiber. On the other hand, part of being a Jew means having bitachon, emunah, belief and trust in Hashem that everything that happens for a reason. So it's easy to believe in Hashem that everything is all good and great when you see Hashem and when you see why everything is good and when you understand why bad things happen to bad people and good things happening to good people. But that's not our life. Our life is a time where 99% of the time we're not going to see Hashem's hand. And our life is a time that 99% of the time we're not going to understand why certain things happen to certain people. Be it to ourselves, be it to our friends, be it to other Jews, be it to other people in the world. We're not going to understand, but Hashem is running the world. And that is the lesson that the Torah is teaching us with the story of Achashverosh and Mordechai and Esther, the whole Purim story. It's not a bedtime story. It's not just some nice fable that we say over, or it's not even some nice bedtime story. It's certainly not a fable. But the point is, again, to teach us lessons, to take with us. And it's very important for us to constantly remember that the story of Purim is very, very negeya, very applicable for us in every single day, in every single generation. And that's what Hashem wants us to learn. Everything is behind the scenes. And there's no such thing as happenstance. And there's no such thing as he just happened to have been in the right place at the right time, or she just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Hashem is governing everything. Within our circle of free will, Hashem is still governing everything. My blessing to you all is that while you drink on Purim, and you should because it's a big mitzvah, it's not a mitzvah to get incredibly drunk that you don't know what's going on, but it's an incredible mitzvah to drink on Purim because there's an innate happiness again that we're sharing. We're sharing with ourselves, sharing with our families, sharing with ourselves as Jews, and that happiness is knowing that we have nothing to worry about. There's no reason to fret. Hashem is in control. And while it seems as if there's this big sentence of destruction hanging over our heads, ultimately, Hashem swore to never destroy the Jewish people, and that will never happen. Anyway, my dear Ragers, my dear friends who are watching, first of all, thank you for continuing to watch. And second of all, I wish you a great Purim, a great Shabbos, and we will continue talking, God willing, next week. Take care. See you soon. Bye.